So assembly is a lot like drummer's call in that it's very easy to learn. It's also one of the most beneficial calls to learn, and it is also just composed of sevens and flams. Um, the major phrase that you hear throughout all of assembly is just 7 7 7 flam flam, and it's going to be a left and a right-handed flam, just like in drummer's call. So I'll show you what that sounds like. Okay. If you noticed when I played all the sevens in a row, I actually lift my hands up a little bit before going into the next seven. And what this does is it helps to really accent that right hand at the end. It creates a slight pause between the two rolls, which helps to make sure that they sound like two separate rolls. They have some definition to them. You don't want something that sounds like this. See how they all kind of blur together, and they won't sound very good. When we start talking more about double stroke rolls and refining our sevens, that's going to become even more important, so we want to start focusing on it now. So if we go back to that phrase, remember it's 3 sevens and then 2 flams, and it's going to sound like this. Okay, I'm going to play it 2 more times, and I'd like you to try playing along. Okay, one more time. Alright, and I encourage you to stop the video and work on that a little bit, or you can rewind it and play along with me. And don't move on to the next part until you feel pretty comfortable with that. Okay, so once you get comfortable with that major phrase, the 7 7 7 flam flam, I'm going to talk about the body of assembly. And all that really is that phrase played 3 times in a row with no pauses. So it sounds like this. Okay, so while we're working on this, what I want you to really focus on is lifting your sticks between each 7 and getting a good accent on the right hand, and that's going to help them sound independent of each other, and they're not going to blur together, and they're not going to sound as sloppy. And I want you to make sure that you're playing a left-handed flam and then a right-handed flam. You don't want your sticks to be even with each other. You also don't want to be playing just a right-handed or just a left-handed, something like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is play that whole phrase, once slowly, once a little bit faster, and then a third time even faster up to full speed. I'd like to try to play along with me. So here's it slow. Okay, now I'm going to play a little bit faster than that. Okay, and last time a little faster. Okay, so keep working on this. You can rewind the video and play along, or stop it and practice on your own for a little bit. But don't move on to the next part until you're really comfortable playing that all the way through 3 times in a row without any pauses. The very last phrase of assembly is actually just, you just inverse the last 2 parts. So all it is 7 7 flam flam 7, which sounds like this. Play that one more time. Again, you need to focus on picking your hands up between those 2 sevens and making sure you're still playing a left-handed and then a right-handed flam. So let's try playing that. I'm going to play it once a little bit slower and once a little faster. A little faster. Okay, and if that's comfortable, which it should be fairly easy to pick up, we'll move on to playing all of assembly. Remember, it's the 7 7 7 flam flam 3 times in a row, and then the new ending 7 7 flam flam 7. So I'll play a little bit slower, and then I'll play at full speed. Okay, now faster. Alright, and if assembly feels pretty comfortable, or actually what I should say instead of that is, if that feels pretty comfortable, then I think you're doing a great job. If you're still having a little bit of trouble getting it up to full speed, then I would have you rewind the video, try replaying it a couple of times, or play it on your own for a little while. There's also an audio recording and some music of assembly, so you can work on it that way if it's more comfortable. Just focus on those the rolls, lifting your sticks up between them, and yeah, and go back to the drummer's call, work on that a little bit, make sure that you're memorizing both assembly and drummer's call, and we'll have another video up shortly.